Good evening, folks. My name is Jocko Duggan, and I'm Boston's only limo driving poet comedian. This will not be the funniest of my videos, but it's a bit of an ode to the man that started me writing in the first place, Mr. Bob Dylan, right here. Because when I was 12 years old, I was looking for something new to listen to. Went through my brother's room, and I found a copy of an album called John Wesley Harding. I listened to that album once, and not only did I have something new I wanted to listen to, I had something new I wanted to aspire to. It was that time in my life that I made the decision that I wanted to write. And I just picked up a pen, started writing little short stories, poems, anything I could. And though in my lifetime I've never done anything to equal the great work of my mentor, I was thinking about him some months ago and how much I owe to him and how I might have never been a writer if it wasn't for him. And I came up with this little piece here. I call it The Ballad of the Son of Jesse James, or simply, Forgive Me, Mr. Zimmerman. Ooh, look at that look on his face. I don't think he's happy. They say the son of Jesse James went by many other names, desperate to hide from his true identity. But he knew if there was trouble, folks would be on him on the double, claiming that apple never fell far from its tree. Under the name of Dylan Pillage, he was a blacksmith in the village, his reputation more honest than apple pie. But his face, it would be his curse, and what would make matters worse, something about him always caught the sheriff's eye. Sheriff Lennon always said, no point in getting out of bed if Reverend Paul says that you can't drink till noon. And if I'm not at the jail, well, you can find me without fail, standing guard down at Old Man Ringo's saloon. Good-hearted Jimmy Brown, he was a banker man in town. With two virgin daughters, he kept quite isolated. One day they found him dead, a single bullet to his head, beside his girls who claimed they'd been violated. Well, the sheriff had them look between the pages of his book, full of mean men with even meaner sounding names. Well, they said none of these is him, but then they both stated as a whim, I swear the man he saw, he looks like Jesse James. Lennon brought Dylan in, wearing a phony hero's grin, and said I got him, but man, it was a hell of a fight. And amidst the ensuing clatter, as if it didn't really matter, Dylan had the look of a man been in bed all night. With two witnesses that eyed, they soon had poor Dylan tried, 2 days before Judge Harrison could get to town. And Dylan's only defense was his professed innocence, as there was no one to say he was nowhere around. Well, they dragged him up a slope where they had hung a heavy rope, let him smoke his last cigar, legend says he stole. Then to add to his defeat, right below his trembling feet, there was for him a tidy little 6-foot hole. Well, Dylan tried to be brave as he peered into his grave, thinking no way here my enemies will see me falter. But Dylan broke down and cried the very moment that he died, fearing soon he might be kneeling at the devil's altar. Well, they filled his hole with dirt and divided up his shirt. His stone reads, here lies someone no one ever respected. But in later years the story ran, was he or was he not the man? Guess we won't know till poor Dylan gets resurrected.